So, good afternoon all. Today we are solving a problem on design of slab base. Slab base, in steel structure, the column has to be supported on ground on the help of some foundation, and that foundation is known as column base, and it is again classified into two categories. One is slab base and second is gusset base. So for low or medium loading, most preferable structure is slab base, and in slab base there will be concrete pedestal above which there will be base plate, and to the base plate the steel columns will be connected either with the help of a angle clip or it may be connected with the help of welding. Okay, so the question given here is, write down the question. The question is, a column ISWB 300 at the rate 471.8 Newton per meter is to carry an axial factored load of 600 kilonewton. M20 concrete is used for the foundation. Design the slab base provided that welded connection between the column and the base plate. Okay, so I am repeating the question. A column ISWB 300 at the rate 471.8 Newton per meter is to carry an axial factored load of 600 kilonewton. M20 concrete is used for the foundation. Design the slab base provided that welding connection in between column and the base plate. Okay, so here the column section given is ISWB 300 at the rate 471.8 Newton per meter. This is the column section. Okay, so for this column section you have to follow the steel table for certain criteria of this column. If you have a steel table, it's okay, otherwise you can follow another code SP61 1964. Okay, so this IS code also gives the details of the structural steel sections. So for ISWB 300, the overall depth H equals to 300 mm. The flange width B equals to 200 mm. Okay, and TF flange thickness is given 10 mm, and thickness of web TW is 7.4 mm. Okay, so this is the basic details of the column section, and if you draw the diagram, then this will be your base plate. Okay, so on that base plate, this is your column section. Okay, so this depth, this entire depth is 300. The flange width is 200. Okay, so the thickness of web is given 7.4 mm, and the thickness of flange is given 10 mm. Okay, so this will be your base plate, and this is the column section. So the next data given is, it has to carry the load of 600 kilonewton, and the pedestal concrete is M20. Okay, so you have to follow the detailed procedure how to design the slab base. If you know the procedure, it's better. Otherwise, by the step by step, you can learn the procedure for design of slab base. Okay, so the first thing is you have to determine the bearing capacity of the concrete pedestal. Okay, so the bearing strength of concrete, it has to follow certain formula, that is 0.45 FCK. Okay, 0.45 is the friction factor, and FCK is the characteristic strength of the concrete. Okay, so 0.45 here FCK given is 20. So 0.45 into 20, it gives you 9 Newton per mm square. This is the bearing strength of concrete. Okay, so again, depending on the bearing strength and the loading it has to transfer, you have to determine the area of the base plate. Okay, so area of base plate required, area of base plate, the formula is PU divided by 0.45 FCK. Okay, so PU already given 600 kilonewton, so convert it to Newton, so 600 into 10 to the power 3 divided by 0.45 FCK we have already calculated, it is 9. So from this value it will give you 66,666.67 mm square. Okay, so you have to consider a base plate of this much area, the minimum area is this much, and you have to take a base plate which has the area is above this value. Okay, so for that calculating the area of base plate, you have to see at the structure. Okay, so in this direction the length is 300 and in this direction the length is 200. Okay, so we can assume the base plate in such a rectangular manner that in both the sides will get equal projection. Okay, so suppose I assume projection in this side is 20 and projection in this side also 20. Okay, so if I assume 20 in this side and 20 in this side, then base plate size becomes 300, 20 this side and 20 that side, then it will be 340 in length, and in this direction it is 200, 20 in this side and 20 in this side, so into 340 into 240 will be our base plate size, and if you calculate the area it comes to be 81600 mm square. So our required area was 66,000 something and we got our area as 81,600, so it's satisfactory. Okay, so after calculating the actual area of base plate, you have to calculate what will be the actual bearing pressure, equals to, this is denoted as small w. Okay, so this equals to PU divided by our actual area. Okay, so PU already you know, you can put here 600 into 10 to the power 3 divided by our actual area provided is 81,600. Okay, so this W comes to be 7.35 Newton per mm square. Okay, so this is the actual bearing pressure on the concrete. So then you got the dimension of base plate and you have to take that the thickness of base plate. Okay, so for thickness of base plate you have to follow the code IS 800 page 47. It is given what will be the thickness of base plate. Okay, so the minimum thickness of base plate, it is denoted as PS equals to root over of 2.5 W into A square minus 0.3 B square into gamma M0 divided by Fy. Okay, and in no case it will be less than TF. It has to be always greater than TF. TF means plane thickness. Okay, so for this W you have calculated actual bearing pressure and you have to calculate A and B. A and B are the projection of the slab base beyond the column section. Okay, so we have already shown that projection is 20. Still, if you want to calculate, then A equals to the dimension of base plate, that is 340 minus column size 300 divided by 2. Okay, so 340 minus 340 divided by 2, it comes to be 20 mm, and B is dimension in other direction, that is 240 minus 200 divided by 2, it comes to be 20 mm. Okay, so A we got 20 and B also 20 mm. So TS equals to 2.5 into W, we have found out 7.35 into 20 square minus 0.3 into 20 square into gamma m0. If you follow the table 5 of IS 800, it is 1.1, and divided by Fy is the yield strength of the plate. Okay, so yield strength of the steel section is 250. So from this we found out that TS is 4.76 mm, but the condition is it has to be always greater than TF. So TF is how much? TF we have already found that TF is 10 mm. Okay, TF means thickness of flange. So the thickness of base plate is always to be greater than 10 mm. Okay, so we can assume that thickness take thickness of TS equals to 12 mm, or you can take also 10 mm. Okay, so our base plate becomes length 340, breadth 240, and thickness is 12 mm. Okay, so this is the size of base plate. Then the base plate has to be connected to the concrete pedestal. Okay, so assume 4 numbers, 20 mm bolt for anchoring. Anchoring means the base plate has to be connected to the concrete pedestal. In 4 corners we can provide 4 bolt. Okay, so now the base plate part is over. So then next is the column section has to be connected to the base plate. Okay, so for that purpose in question already it is given that you have to weld the column section to the base plate, otherwise you can bolt, but the best option is if you weld that column section to the base plate. So for welding, then you have to design the welding part. Okay, so going to the welding, this column section has to be welded to the base plate, so welding has to be done in these parts. Okay, throughout the column section. Okay, so in welding you have to design a weld, that is size of weld how much and what is the length available for welding, and you have to restrict your required length of weld to the available length of welding. Okay, so if we put the welding in the periphery of this column section, then what will be the available length for welding? Okay, so available length for welding equals to, first consider this side of length. Okay, so this side of length is 200. Okay, 200, then plus in this side 200, but this part is missing because you can't weld in that inner part. Okay, so that part is 7.4, so minus 7.4. Okay, so for this weld this much, so for that side of that length you have to multiply 2. Okay, so then weld part, weld for this length, total length is 300 minus this much and this much you can't weld. Okay, so this size is 10 mm. So in both sides means 2 into 10. Okay, so if this part is over, for this part you have to multiply 2. So I have multiplied 2 at the end. Okay, so if you calculate this, then this value becomes 1345.2 mm. Means this much of length is available for us to weld that column section to the base plate. Okay, so we have to design the weld in such a way that our required length of welding should be less than this. Okay, so for that you have to design the weld. First is size of weld. So size of weld, you know, depending on the plate thickness. As here the all plate thickness, this is 10, this is 7.4 and base plate is also 12. All the size is in between 10 to 20. So for that, minimum size of weld equals to 5 mm. Okay, so you assume the size of weld S equals to, as per your convenience, let us assume 6 mm. Our required is minimum required is 5 mm, so I assume 6 mm of weld size. Okay, so then for this size of weld, the effective throat area, you know, in design of weld, okay, is equals to 0.7 S into LE. Throat area means the effective size of weld. Effective size of weld is 0.7 into size of weld. 0.7 into S into the effective length of weld. LE equals to effective length of weld. Okay. So now strength of weld, you know, strength of weld equals to Fu divided by root 3 into gamma Mw. Okay, so we have to design the load in such a way that it can transfer the load of the column to the base plate. So load on the column, it is already given that is 600 kilonewton. Okay, so you have to design the weld in such a way that it will transfer that 600 kilonewton. So the load carrying capacity of weld becomes the effective area, that is 0.7 S into LE into strength of weld Fu divided by root 3 into gamma Mw will be equals to 600 into 10 to the power 3. The load carried by the weld should be equals to the load coming on the structure. Okay. So if you put the value that is 0.7 into size of weld, we have assumed 6 mm. Then LE, let it be, because we have to calculate what will be the value of LE, means what is the effective length required for welding to transfer this much of load. Okay, so then Fu, you know, ultimate strength of plate is 410 and root 3, and gamma Mw, that is constant, that is given in table 5 of IS 800, assume it 1.25 the value. Okay, is equals to 600 into 10 to the power 3. So from this value, the LE comes out to be 754.38 mm. Okay, so our required length of weld is 754.38. So if this much of length welding we have provided with the size of 6 mm, then we can transfer around 600 kilonewton of loading. But if we consider our section, then the length available for us to weld is how much? 1345.2. So this value is much greater than our required length. So the design is safe against the loading. So as our available area is much greater than our required LE, so design is set. So in case the LE value is greater than our available length for the welding, then in that case you have to redesign your weld. You may increase the size of welding. Okay, so if you increase the weld size, then there will be requirement of less length for the welding. Okay, so in this manner you can design a slab base for the steel structure. Okay, so practice other problems and write down the detailed procedure. Okay, so thank you.